Dun, 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 dun. And we are back. Welcome everybody to the Get Geeked Podcast. And you guys can see already, it's still just the two of us. The other two hosts are in school. One of them doesn't have any break, so he'll come in whenever he has time. Which I'm talking about Sydney. With Dara, I don't know. He's a free spirit. I guess whatever he wants to do.
Get your shit together. Other than that, honestly, you can always count on us to be there every week.
Yeah, so me and Alex will be here every week. And we have a couple subjects today for you. But before we do that, I just want to go on some small little rants about other things before we get into subjects. One of them, which Alex already got me ramped up about.
Yeah, because when it comes to the podcast, you can always count on one of us having something to rant about.
I always have something to rant about, man. But like I said, Alex got me ramped up about it because he asked me the question before we started. What do you think about the new legendaries in Pokemon Go? And oh my god. Let me tell you guys what, dude. Niantic, what the hell is up with these hitboxes, man? Now, I don't know if any of you guys still play Pokemon Go, or if you guys if you guys are still playing, if you guys have tried this Zelf. That's the name of the legendary, right? It's a small little lake monster, I guess, lake guardian or whatever. But yeah, it's a legendary. There's 3 of them, and it's all regional. Now, some people think it's gonna rotate, but I heard from, I forgot who I heard it from, but they said that they got word from Niantic that it's not going to rotate. But you never know, though. They always change their minds, so it might rotate in the future. You never know, because Niantic's weird like that. But for right now, they're not going to rotate. So the one here in the U.S. is a Zelf. And then there's 2 others I don't care to know the names of because they're so freaking hard to catch. Whatever.
Uxie and Mesprit.
There you go. Uxie and my Sprite. Give me back my Sprite. But yeah.
Cranberry.
So I've done 4 of these raids. I've tried 4 times to catch this little freaking monster. The battling part is not the problem. The battling part's easy. All you need is 4 people. 4 people and you can take this guy down. The frustrating part is once you get him, dude, this guy's so up close. His excellent hitbox, like, okay, certain monsters, when you find them, they have a hitbox, and you could hold it down to where it gets small or whatever, and the smallest one is the excellent throw, like the excellent hit. But like they're manageable, right? For this freaking little fella, his thing is so freaking small. Even a great hit is hard to do. And all he does is float up and down, up and down, up and down, never attacks, and you have to wait for the attack to do your excellent throw. But even when he attacks and you try to do the excellent throw, it just, I don't know, man. It doesn't work out. So yeah.
Dude,
with that said, I am frustrated with this.
Mew, Celebi, Mewtwo, Giratina, ain't got nothing on these guys. They're so hard to catch.
I don't know why. They're not really that important. You can't really use them in battles, really. I don't know because I don't have one yet, so I haven't been able to try to use them on anything. So, but at least with Mew and Mewtwo, you could use them in attacks, like on raids and PvP and stuff like that. Celebi, I think, is kind of useless, but whatever. He's at least cool to have. But
so apparently, Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit all have like different stuff, and I think Azelf is the one that has the highest attack.
Yeah.
The thing is, the max CP you can get out of it is only 3,063.
I mean, which is fine though, like, cause you don't need like a high CP to like use it for something. It's just making it catchable. Like, why is it so hard to catch? But I mean, I guess I can see it because it is a legendary. It's supposed to be hard, blah blah blah. I mean, I'm just frustrated at myself, maybe. I don't know, but like it's because I mean I've done it 4 times, and all 4 times I have at least like from 8 to 10 balls to have a chance to catch this thing, and when the feeling when you get when you get to that last single ball and you're just like, I still haven't figured out how to throw this thing. Oh, I don't know. How many times have you even tried this little guy?
No, but I've done a lot of research on it. I've watched a lot of people try on videos, and I've also seen people like in the real world actually try to catch it. And a lot of them, you're lucky if you get one or two people who actually catch it. And usually that's even from like just okay throws, and they just get lucky, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. But yeah, that's one of the subjects. And the other thing is that okay, there's three of them, and they're all legendaries, but they're all in separate places. And
Hmm.
the thing is that okay, so Niantic's like they're not gonna rotate like what the hell, dude? Like I feel like they're making this game for people who are rich, like who has money and who's able to like travel all the time. Like, come on, man. The normal regular player doesn't have that much money to travel and go to these different regions to catch it. And then they're like, oh yeah, well you can make friends and when the hell am I gonna meet a person that's traveled to Germany?
And also, if you think about it, all of the good events are either in like Korea or China or the Philippines or
Japan
the only good one we get is essentially all the way across the country.
in
We don't even
Chicago.
get good events. Yeah, we don't even get good events here in, the western side of America. It's
Hmm.
unheard of.
Also, like, tell me,
And
tell me why we don't get any Safari Zone. Like, why is it that America doesn't get any Safari Zone? Like, I don't get it.
mhm.
What's what
and even
like?
so, like the only place that we can get good spawns is massive places like freaking Disneyland or something like that. If you have ever seen people from New York play Pokemon Go, there are spawns literally every other block. I don't get it. They make it so hard for us. And I want to say that most of the most dedicated players are here on the west side.
I don't know. It's supposedly worldwide, but even still though they make it hard. Well, they don't. I mean, they don't. They're making it better, but I'm just saying like good events like okay like when we get an event, it's we the only events we get are the events that are worldwide. I mean but we don't get any special events. Like where's the special events for us? Like
Hmm.
every other country has a special event. They get a safari zone. They get a I don't know whatever else there is. I don't know, but
And I mean, come on, you made our dedicated country Pokemon. What was it? That cow looking one? I forgot what it was called. And Carnivine. Really? Everybody else gets Mr. Mimes, they get Farfetch'd, they get all these other cool ones.
well, you know what though?
Carnivine, really?
See that though, like I kind of like I don't mind that too much because the people who live there are gonna be it's like saying the same thing about theirs.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, dude. Australia gets
Kangaskhan.
Kangaskhan. That's a really strong Pokemon. That's already like giving them a heads up or a head start on that kind of stuff.
Well, ours is the I forgot what it's called too, dude. It's the bull. I call him the bull.
Yeah,
But I mean he's useful though because he's a ground type, whatever, normal ground type.
Tauros.
Yeah, Tauros. Yeah, so I don't mind Tauros too much. I mean, like the regionals, I understand because it's regionals. You don't, you know, you pick the one that's closest looking to your region, and you get that one. And like, come on, like at least we don't get far-fetched. I mean, far-fetched is totally useless. Most
So
useless one.
the main thing I'm thinking is why not just make the legendaries a certain part of the country? Like if you made Azov, California, Mesprit, New York, and then like Uxie, Florida or something, that would be more understandable. We'd have to make them countries apart.
Well, because then they have to do that for every other country, and I think they're just lazy. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Lazy,
they
like
have such
lazy
a high
coders.
expectation. Yeah, but they have such a high expectation for their players. At least put the, the uh, the situation, give it a little more substance while you're at it, because you have such a high expectation of, if somebody wants to complete their Pokédex, they're spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to go there and catch it, or
Yeah.
just be the, just spoof.
End of the day, and that's the other part too. Like they're so against spoofing, but the way they make their game is like it's perfect and enticing for spoofers. Like you make it so perfect for spoofing. Like why wouldn't anybody want to? You know what I'm saying? Like and then
Mhm.
why are you so against it when your game is so focused on spoofing? You know, like
Yeah.
it's
And then
perfect for
don't.
spoofing. Like you know, you make people
Oh yeah.
want to.
But plus, even so, when it comes to spoofing, you guys are already working with the people from, what was it,
Snap. Well,
Twitter or
no Snapchat.
Snapchat?
Yeah, they hired the security people from Snapchat to do all their codings against spoofing and stuff like that.
And even so, I have yet to hear anything about another ban wave. Like nothing has happened yet.
Well, the thing is that spoofing is at an all time low right now. A lot of they got rid of a lot of the main spoofers, and if you watch the channel feeds, a lot of the spoofing channels they have kind of uh hasn't they haven't been posting a lot lately. Now I don't know if it's because there's like not enough content right now or whatever, but um yeah, a lot of them are gone. So I don't know.
I want to say the thing with the spoofing YouTubers, it may be because they know that a lot of people, it's not even the fact that they get found out, it's the fact that people will watch it, they'll see their name, and then they'll just send the information to Niantic themselves.
Yeah, I mean, which
That,
is
that's what I've
counterproductive. Yeah, it's counterproductive. But I don't know, like it's weird. But I mean, I have seen like a trending downwards on spoofing, but the game is just so perfect for spoofing. Jesus. But
hmm
end of the day, dude, this is a mobile app game. Why are you making us have to pay thousands of dollars to travel to catch something?
Yeah, you realize the majority of the people playing your game isn't going to have the money to take their ass all the way to Korea for some event.
Right?
It's not going to
You
happen.
you hear that, trainer tips? Jesus, I watched one of his videos the other day, and he was like, and he was like saying something I don't know, but it got on my nerves. I was just like, dang, dude, privileged ass dude, man. You're so lucky you made the channel when it first popped off, so you have money now to travel, and now you like whatever, man. I'm still a fan of yours. I'm still a fan. I still watch whatever, but sometimes you say dumb things that make me, I don't know, irritated.
Man, and also the kind of the video that made me stop watching him was the one when he brought over that guy from Japan, or I think it was Japan or the Philippines, who
No,
was like
Brandon
the
Tan.
top player.
No,
Yeah.
Singapore. Brandon Tan is from
Oh, Singapore.
Singapore. Yeah, he praises this dude, right? He praises this
Yeah.
dude, and then come to find out, this dude was making multiple accounts and selling them
hmm
for money, which is against the rules. But he's still homies with him. But he's so against spoofing. Come on, man.
Oh,
Trainer
dude.
tips. Make up your
Are you
mind.
kidding me?
Make
Okay,
up your
three
mind.
things.
What's worse,
Three
spoofing
things.
or selling accounts that are against the rules?
Exactly. Three things. The first one is you're on this guy's dick constantly. He's actually come over to America and made videos with you, and in the car you were with him. He pulled out like three phones. One, that's already against the rules.
Yep.
Two, he was making videos of, or he was stupid enough to post on his actual personal Twitter,
Yeah.
hey, I'll sell you a Mewtwo. And
Yeah.
three,
Like perfect. I'll
you
sell
were
you a
dumb
perfect
enough.
IV Mewtwo.
Exactly. And three, you were dumb enough to bring him back over and talk to him after it and act like nothing happened and like,
Right.
oh, it's cool.
Well, the whole community, dude. The whole like that whole YouTube community, man. Like, they praise this guy Brandon Tan, but like, yeah, he's the one breaking rules, and it's cool with them. But like, oh, they're so against
It's,
spoofing, man. I don't know.
and seriously, on these, I'm on so many Facebook forums for Pokemon Go and stuff. I see a lot of people an hour or so after an event comes out, they're already posting up their perfect IV, shiny, whatever that just came out. Okay, first of all, you take all this credit. And even on YouTube, I see all these people like, oh yeah, I just caught this. Why don't you take a video of you catching it like you already can with the surrounding camera so we can see that you actually caught it right then and there? Because I have a huge suspicion that a lot of these people spoof but don't say it. And they just like taking the credit for, hey, I caught this, so I'm going to send you guys a photo of me taking of it in my room. Well, yeah, well, show us the photo of your room with you and the
Well,
Pokeball so we know
okay,
you caught it.
okay. Here's this part. There was a time when they first came out with the whole AR mode. I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like watching it. It was kind of boring and it was too much and I don't know.
Like, okay, so not even with the AR, all you have to do is turn it on for a second and be like, yep, I'm right here, and then turn it off and then catch it, because it is annoying.
Yeah, but I
But
know.
like, it's a huge layer of, like proving to us that you actually did it. Because I mean, even people like Trainer Tips, he has the ability to go out. He will time himself from the 2 hours of when something's going to happen, and he'll go out and do it, and actually shows that he's doing it. With other people, they're doing exactly what he is, but I can guarantee they don't have the dedication that he does. So
Hmm.
it's a little suspicious,
True, but this subject's gone way too long.
Yeah.
Let's just say like certain subjects kind of get under our skin and yeah, we just go off on it, man.
Just like that music video we did.
But yeah, okay, let's get I mean, there's more stuff I could say about that, but I mean, like, if anything, maybe we'll make it a subject of like, we'll call it like, how Pokemon Go makes us feel. We'll do it on a later video. But
Hmm.
let's go into other breaking news. Avengers Endgame. By now I've seen it twice, just so everyone knows. And let me say, this is how crazy this movie is, and this is how good. I mean, and the other part too I want to get into is that there's already haters popping up, and I don't understand why. Or I mean, I understand because they're haters. They're just trolls. I don't know if they're trolls or they're just straight haters. But I've seen someone even post up or not a comment, but a post saying that Avengers Endgame is trash, and I'm just like, what? You must have seen the wrong movie, man. You probably seen like the 1989 version or something.
Well,
Because there's no way
I
Avengers
also
Endgame is trash, dude.
see, like, I've already known that there are going to be people out there who hate just to hate.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that dude that did the Cuphead video where he actually is like trash for 26 minutes straight and people started hating on him?
Hmm.
He actually made a video where he hated on Civil War so much because he thought that Batman versus Superman was way better. So if you're gonna just get those people,
Well,
you're just
here's the thing. I already don't believe him because I mean, there is no way that you have seen both of those movies and think Batman v Superman is anywhere good.
see, but everybody thinks that, but still he made like a 30-minute long video about how it's so much better. So they're just
I
gonna
think
be
he's
people who are,
that's a troll, dude. That's got to be a troll, man.
dude, I'll send you the video after this. It actually kind of makes me mad. I
But
don't think he's trolling though.
here's the thing though. I mean, this guy posted up a post on Facebook saying that Avengers Endgame is trash. For one thing, I I question his taste in movies after seeing this post. The other part is there's proof in the pudding that it's not trash because as of right now, the movie is like a couple millions away from making $2 billion in two
Hmm.
weeks. What other movie, and not just that, what movie that is trash could make close to $2 billion in 1 week? Name me
I'll
that
tell you
movie.
something. The numbers that it is getting, the only thing close to that wasn't even a movie, and it was freaking Gangnam Style back in 2017. That just barely hit $2 billion. That's a lot of freaking people.
That is a lot of freaking people. That's a lot of freaking money, man.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are starting to come out now and trashing it because it dropped in income 55% in its second week in the second weekend in the theaters, but it made $150 million in its second weekend. That is more than certain movies make on their first weekend. Come on, people. Stop the hate.
Hmm.
Stop the hate. The movie was great. It was awesome.
It may not have been everybody's cup of tea, but even so,
Hmm.
like it was a pretty decent movie. It may not be like the perfect
Like
rendition everybody wanted, but there was something for everybody.
you can nitpick on certain things, but at the end of the day, at least appreciate it for its like for what it's for what it did. It is the only franchise that took 22 movies, 10 years of movies, and then completed the storyline. Like it finished the storyline. There's TV shows that never even finished their storyline. They just got
Like,
canceled.
all right, I'll put it like this: you have okay, that's like saying the three main box office hits that you can go to is like saying the endings of Harry Potter were, pretty trash. It doesn't matter what you think of the movie, it still gave them the story, it gave everything. You still appreciate it for finishing off the story. Just like Star Wars, you could say that the prequels sucked, but it still gave the story out and people are still going to watch it. You
Hmm.
can say whatever you want, just like with Lord of the Rings too. It's like saying The Hobbit sucked, but still, did you not get everything you needed from it?
And here's the other
Hmm.
part. Yeah, here's the other part too. Like these other movies that you're listing off are great movies. You know, they
Hmm.
made their money, but they didn't make Avengers Endgame money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like when it comes down to it, it's still much better in the box office than all of those. But
mhm.
still, it's always going to be a cult classic for somebody, and that's all that matters.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
don't know. I loved it, and I loved it even more the second time because you catch like certain things that you miss on the first run. There's a lot. There's let's just say there's a lot of small things. Like, did you know Howard the Duck was in there? Like, I didn't know that until someone like
No,
until I
I did
read
not.
something, and then I waited for it on the second viewing, and yeah, he was there. He was in the background. Dude,
Hmm.
dude was in the background during the big battle holding a gun, and I was like, oh, holy crap!
Oh
They
Jesus.
crammed Howard the Duck in there somehow. It was ridiculous, but yeah, he was in there. It's crazy. The small little things. But with that said, though, that actually brings us into our first actual real subject. That was a long, long, long intro announcement slash whatever. Well, actually, before we even get to that, let me do my let me do a quick announcement. As you guys noticed on the channel, I didn't do any solo adventures. I replaced that with live stream. I'm actually I'm actually planning on just continuing doing the live stream 3 days a week instead of doing solo adventures, just because it's so much easier to do that than to edit uh, uh, the solo adventures together. And as you guys have noticed, if you guys were watching, there was a lot of lag and it messed up the screen a lot. That's because with the equipment that I'm running, it can only last pretty good for a small amount of time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna live stream three games, like three solos, and then I'm gonna stop there, and then I'm just gonna call that solo adventure. So the solo adventures are actually gonna be live stream, just so that I could get three games in, and then you don't have to deal with the lag issue of the footage being getting all pixelated and stuff like that. So that's what's gonna happen. It's my decision. It's just gonna make things easier on me. Um, yeah.
Hmm. And honestly, I was gonna talk to you about it later, but might as well bring it up now.
Hmm.
I might even pick up like the 2 other days for the week and just
Yeah.
stream some
Yeah.
PC games or something.
That's the thing, because I was gonna say you have better streaming capabilities. Like, I just need to figure out how to give you like I don't know if it works just by giving you the stream key or if you have to actually
Yeah, I just got to get the stream key and then I can
okay,
pop it into
cool. So that
OBS.
you don't have to actually like log into the YouTube because I don't like Tell you the truth, I don't know the information. I have to figure it out.
It's set up through the email, right? Just set up.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Send in a forgot password, and then I'll send you the information.
well, the thing is, I have to figure out which email it's connected to. I forget.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we'll have Alex is gonna be streaming also, and the other part too is I'm gonna also, um, once, I'm gonna choose a different game. I'm gonna find it through my Xbox Live library, and I'm gonna choose like a storyline one, and I'm gonna do a whole just run through of it, and I'll do a live stream of that also. So that's my plan for the
Dude,
future.
if you want to, I could even send you my account information. We get a lot of storyline videos or storyline video games. If you want to check them out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Cause I'm still I'm still going through this stuff. There's a lot of free stuff that I just download real quick.
Yeah, true. We also have the Telltale Batman games and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, just
true that,
yeah.
true that. But yeah, so that's the plan for the future. But let's get back to the actual real subject, which is MCU future theories. Now, as you noticed, we were talking about Endgame, how there was haters, and I don't know, like we can't understand why there's haters, whatever, blah blah blah. But from the end of last weekend till now, I've been reading a lot of theories. Some of them plausible, some of them I don't kind of far fetched, but most of them are all fan theories. But some of them do relate to Endgame because you kind of see it in the movie. So spoilers, there's gonna be a little bit of spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, you can fast forward. I'll put annotations at the bottom of when we go on to our next subject, so you just fast forward to that time. But if you have seen the movie, stick around. A lot of great theories and a lot of crazy theories. But like, so how are the X-Men gonna be brought in? What about this Easter egg in the movie? Now here's one, and which I think it would be cool because I don't know. Well, for me, I think it's gonna be cool because it could relate to an Asian character because the character itself could be Asian, and we're Asian, so bias, whatever. But it's Submariner, Submariner. Am I saying that
Talking
name
about
right?
Submariner.
Yeah, Submariner, right?
Yeah.
There's a part in the movie where Black Widow is talking to everybody, and everybody's like a hologram, and she's talking to is it Okoye? I don't know, but one of the one of the Wakanda people, and they said, "Oh, there's an earthquake underwater," and then Black Widow's like, "Well, are you gonna do anything about it?" And they're like, "No, and it's an earthquake underwater, whatever." Earthquake underwater, though. Here's the thing: Submariner, his kingdom, is underwater near Wakanda in the comics.
Even so, didn't they talk about spiky ears and stuff?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Because Submariner does have spiky ears. And even so, that'll be a good jump because I know one of the first comics I have, which is Fantastic Four #1, it was Submariner and Fantastic Four, so that I could bring them in, and then
exactly,
it's the opening for a lot of different stuff.
So here's the theory is that okay, because they put that Easter egg in there, Black Panther 2 is the introduction to Submariner as the villain. Now, fast forward to Fantastic Four is when Submariner transfers to become a hero.
Well, because they were enemies at first too.
But but you know how they could change storylines and stuff like that. But because the thing is, like, I can't see them making Submariner a villain 2 times in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Unless he becomes one of those somewhat anti-hero kind of things.
I mean, which would be cool, but gosh, I don't know. I just don't want them to drag him. I don't want them to drag his character through the trash for too long, because you know how they do villains really. The thing is, Marvel, besides Thanos, has done villains very poorly. the only thing about
which is
Marvel, you know.
which is why I am holding my breath, because I am crossing my fingers they figure out a decent way to do one of my favorite villain slash anti-heroes, Taskmaster, because I heard they were going to
Mm,
tackle that sometime soon.
no, yeah, that sometime soon is for the Black Widow movie.
Hmm.
That's the that is the announcement of the villain. I don't know how true that is. I forget where I read that. So I don't know if that article was written by a source that's viable, but that's what's going through the grapevines is that Taskmaster is supposed to be the villain for the Black Widow movie. But
Hmm.
but see if they do it like that, that's gonna be a little weird considering Black Widow died in Endgame. So if she stays dead, and her movie ends up being a prequel, then that means Taskmaster was a villain in the past, which I don't want, because Taskmaster would be a dope villain to just keep around the whole time, you know? Because you could insert him into Spider-Man, you could insert him into even X-Men, because everyone's had an encounter with him before, and
Hmm.
he is a reliable villain because he can
Un-
fight in many styles.
unless unless they use this kind of as a testing the waters to see how people like him. But if you're already a fan of the MCU, you already love Taskmaster.
Yeah,
But
dude, he's a dope
so
villain, one of the best.
if you Yeah, but I think it's them trying to see how he's gonna do with everyday people, because I know he is kind of like a obscure kind of character.
Hmm.
But if he hits, that might be their way of saying, okay, we can bring him into the new movies, and he may have just like, this is total
Well,
skept like, this is just me saying it, but he could come back. You don't know if that he's gonna be destroyed for good in that movie.
yeah, well, it all depends on how they write that movie,
Yeah.
because we don't know yet. The synopsis hasn't been put out or anything like that, so I don't know. I just hope they do it right. I hope they do it right, and I hope they keep him around, because I would love to see a lot of heroes fight Taskmaster, because he uses anybody's like style. That's why they call him Taskmaster. He gains their style of fighting and uses it against them. So there's a lot of people I want to see him fight. So I hope they keep him around.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to the next theory. One of the next theories that I heard was that so some people are saying that Spider-Man Far From Home is going to be after Endgame, and because the timeline has been messed around with, and if you've seen Endgame, there is no way that they did not mess up the timeline. The timeline has been messed up with Captain America, with Loki getting the
Hmm.
Tesseract. The timeline has already been messed up. So there's a lot of people are saying that Mysterio in the new Spider-Man movie coming out is not actually Mysterio from this timeline, or the timeline, that the original timeline. Mysterio is from another dimension, which opens up the actual. And if you read the comics, there's different dimensions. There's the 616, and am I saying that right? 616, right? I don't
I
know.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's other dimensions, other timelines. But because in Endgame they left it so wide open, and I believe like they're not even saying anything against that. I think they're even like they haven't really come out and rightfully say that, okay, yeah, the timeline's all messed up. But they don't deny it either. So they're saying Mysterio is from a
Which
different timeline, and he's there, and he's working with Shield to try to get back to his timeline.
which if you think about it, it can actually help the movies, considering
Mm-hmm.
that animated Spider-Man movie. It could potentially make that canon,
Yeah.
considering now you got Spider-Man 2099, you got Spider-Gwen, you got all of
Yep.
these others that you can bring in, because now that there is the opening of all these timelines, which if you read the comic books, like we keep saying, you understand that it's not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
It's common everywhere. It's just bringing it into the movies to make it available to do.
And also there's dope really, really dope characters that are now easily brought
Oh
in
yeah.
because of this, because
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of these other dope characters come from these other dimensions and other timelines. And not just that, villains too. Because if you ever read the original Into the Spider-Verse, there's
Mm-hmm.
a group of vampires and
Yep.
and these vampires are more dangerous and more powerful than what's his name from Spider-Man, I forget, the one that they're making a movie out of already, and
Mm.
the Joker's playing him.
And also, just to
But
bring this up, which will give new meaning to the What If TV show, because
yes,
I have one of the comics, which is What If Wolverine becomes king of the vampires.
oh man,
Yep.
exciting
It
times, dude.
leaves so
Exciting
much to
times.
do.
Yeah, and this goes back to showing people how great Endgame is. Like
Hmm.
it it's not just an ending movie. It made you satisfied because it tied up everything from the other movies. But if you look into it more than just what you see, you get excited because it leaves all these things open, and it there's possibilities that they could do with this. And not just
Yeah.
that, goes on to
Because
my third theory. Everyone's and a lot, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people, a lot of these comic theorists are saying the next big event is going to be X-Men versus Avengers.
hmm
I
totally could.
mean, it could be, but gosh, that'd be a long ways away for it to be the big next thing, right? Because they have to introduce X-Men first, and that's gonna take
Yeah.
at least like 2, 3, 4 movies. I mean, that's you're looking at another
I'm
10 years, man.
I'm hoping it's going to be probably um I want to say Guardians versus Adam Warlock, because then they'll need the help from other people, and then maybe it'll open that up and get it done faster. But I think
Well,
that for me is going to be one of the next big movies.
that all depends on where they go. Because if they actually follow the comics, Adam Warlock defects from his first mission, which is to destroy the Guardians, and then joins the Guardians at the end.
Hmm.
So then they're homies, you know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but once again, it's opening up so many things, because Adam
Mhm.
Warlock, if you don't know, is one of the strongest people in the MCU
Yeah,
altogether.
I think the only other one that could probably beat him is Sentry, but they haven't even introduced Sentry yet. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But the other part too is one of the other movies set in the slate is the Eternals, and in this theory is, and this is how the MCU will introduce mutants into the world, is because the Eternals have the powers to rearrange human or genes in humans, right?
Hmm.
So they're saying maybe the Eternals somehow end up on Earth. They grab a human, splices genes, and gives them, the hidden X, you know, mutant gene, and then like
Hmm.
as humans evolve, then mutants start showing up, which is perfect. Like I don't know how they're gonna do that because I don't know how they're gonna introduce mutants into the world, but I think that's like a perfect way to do it. But like, it's a good theory. It's just gonna be a long theory because I don't remember when they say the Eternals movie is even gonna come out. I think Eternals like
Hmm.
2020 sometime next year or maybe 2021. I
Hmm.
mean, if they wait that long, then man, we're gonna be waiting a while for X-Men to show up. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is true, but one of the cool things is, if they do start with the what if, um, what happens is, in the what if Wolverine became Lord of the Vampires,
Hmm.
Punisher is in that comic line. So if they can do that, you have, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, or Spider-Man versus Wolverine? They have an option to just open those up a little bit. And just like with the Eternals, I'm waiting for Excalibur too. because
Here's the other thing, and there's supposed to be an Easter egg in Endgame that teases Captain Britain, which is part of the
Mhm.
Excalibur.
which is cool because that can bring in the X-Men, because who is in Excalibur? Nightcrawler.
Oh yeah, and Psylocke too. Wait, no.
Yep.
Psylocke. No, Psylocke's
Uh,
Captain Britain's sister.
yeah, but I mean,
She's an
still,
X Men.
you got they can pull this together. I just hope they're smart enough to, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's how I think they could introduce mutants before the Eternals movie. Maybe mutants are have already existed. They just haven't really showed themselves. The Eternals is a prequel movie, and yeah, so that could work out.
Yeah, could be.
Because like they could even introduce Wolverine in the Black Widow movie, because Black Widow is an old school Black Ops um soldier. So maybe in her prequel, if it is a prequel, they make it to where she did a mission, and the mission was alongside Team X, which if you guys don't remember, Team X has Wolverine and Sabretooth in the team.
Yep. And if they do that, if any of you are really big comic book people, you'll understand this, because the Incredible Hulk number 181 has Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yep.
There you go.
Man,
And then they
that'd
could
be
pull them in
that'd
just
be a
with
sight
that,
to see, man. If they ever do
right?
that battle, I don't know if they can though, because now that we have Professor Hulk, unless he somehow figures out a way to rage out again, to fight Wolverine.
Yeah, you
But
never know.
I
He
would
might be able to.
I would love to see that battle in a real life movie though. That would be amazing.
But even so, even if they just have them, well, you never know, because then they could randomly pull out Gray Hulk, or even somehow
True.
turn some
No, okay.
way
Oh,
of flipping it to
here,
She-Hulk.
here's the thing. Okay, here's how they do it. Wolverine shows up, goes in a rage. Hulk has to go battle him, but doesn't know how to bring his rage back. So he makes a machine to bring the rage back, but when he's in that machine, it splits him, right? So that's how you get the Red Hulk. That's how you get the
Hmm.
Gray Hulk. Because in the comics,
Hmm.
that's how he gets split. Anyways, he's trying to separate the Hulk from himself, but he ends up making all these different versions of himself.
And if you know the Wolverine storyline in the comic books, he's mainly Gray Hulk, not Green Hulk, Gray Hulk.
Yeah, true that. And then that's how you set up X-Men versus Avengers.
Yep. There you go. Marvel, we just did your job for you. Pay us.
Yeah, boy. All right. I mean, that's really all the main theories I've heard of. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of any lately, but
Honestly, all of them are just speculations,
no,
because
they are.
I
They're all
read a
just
comic.
speculations
Yeah.
because
Well,
these aren't coming from the mouths of Marvel or Disney. Let's just let you guys know that right now. Disney and
mhm.
Marvel and Kevin Feige has not came out and said anything about the future. This is just all fan theory that I've read and heard about. So
Because, well, I see, since I read a lot of comic books, I know a lot of like the different ifs and ends and what happens. And but the thing you don't know about comic books, for anybody who's watching, is 99% of it isn't canon. It's just what ifs, you
yeah,
know?
because they do a lot of runs like that, and you don't know what's linear and what's not. Because
Hmm.
they bring in a bunch of writers and they don't really tell you like, okay, this is the line, this is what really actually happened and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's
So
kind of
literally
good because
anything.
there's a lot of different storylines to pull off of,
Hmm.
to make a good movie.
So
Okay,
yeah.
but
So
go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna say that just leaves me in an open void of anything can happen. To be honest,
I, with that said, I guess that kind of ends that topic, which brings us to our final topic. Now,
which still has to do with movies.
if you guys haven't been living under a rock, you guys saw this trailer come out, and there has been a lot of big uproar And I even had like when I first saw the trailer, I was just like, "Oh my god, what are they doing? I'm probably not even gonna go watch this movie. It looks dumb." We're talking about Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, when the trailer came out, it was posted on a message board or not, yeah, just a message group that I was on, and I was like, "Oh my god, this looks dumb." And then I forgot someone else said like, "It looks kind of cool," but I was like, "Nah, this looks dumb." And come to find out, I'm not the only one. It seems like everybody thought it was dumb. Even the music choice for the trailer was weird. Gangster Paradise, dude, and a lot of people got their videos copyrighted because they played the actual trailer on their reactions
Mhm.
and stuff like that. And yeah, let's just say Coolio and his peoples, they don't like you playing their song. They will take your money.
True, but I did watch a video saying the connections between the song and him. Apparently, it's like living recklessly with the money, talking about the coins. So there are videos out there trying to link it. It was a really,
So
really
they're
strange
trying to say
pick.
Sonic is gangster. That's I don't know. I don't know how much I could believe that.
So if you guys aren't aware of what the big uproar is, there's two main ones that are going on right now. One is that Sonic looks like a knockoff version of Michael Myers from Cat in the Hat, or those weird people from Dr. Zeus movies.
Dr.
It
Seuss, you
just
mean?
it,
Dr. Seuss.
yeah, it looks like a child dressed up as Sonic for Halloween.
Yeah, it looks like a Halloween costume. It doesn't look like Sonic. And here's the thing: there's fan made art. There's fan made
Oh, much
small
better.
videos that has Sonic looking way much better than what they made. Like,
You can keep it realistic while giving him the cartoonish features.
yeah,
He's a hedgehog. You don't have to make him look human.
yeah. And the thing is, he's a video game cartoon. Like, why even try to make him look human? Keep him
Yeah, why even
cartoony.
try?
That's what people fell in love with. They fell in love with the skinny legs with the big shoes and the big eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep him that way. Why
Yeah,
change him?
don't make his body proportional. It's a circle with really skinny legs, not a human body scaled down.
Now here,
And one of
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Finish.
I was gonna say one of the other oh well I was gonna get into like the other controversy that's going on right now, but
Well, little funny fact: the one of the characters in the movie is the guy who plays Cyclops from X-Men. This isn't his first movie where he has to play with a where he has to act against or with a virtual being. If you guys go
Mhm.
back, he's done a movie where he has to act with a virtual rabbit, and if you check the trailers from that, I don't know if I don't think this is the same director, but they've done scene for scene almost the same scenes. It's ridiculous, dude.
You
I
know,
can't believe it.
it's you I hate to say it. I like him as an actor, kind of, but I'm gonna go off on a limb and say he was a bad choice.
Yeah,
This could have been a box office hit if they, if they chose like if Ryan Reynolds was the cop. That would have been
yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
You
something like
know,
that. I don't know, but this is just weird all around. And then I feel bad for Jim Carrey, even though he already got paid the
he's gonna
money.
he's gonna carry this movie.
Yeah,
He's gonna Jim carry
it's
this movie.
it's basically resting on the back of Jim Carrey. All right, go ahead with
And
the other controversy,
yeah, which because it has to do with Jim Carrey. People are pissed off that
Mr. Robotnik.
he's a yeah, he's not acting as Dr. Robotnik. He's acting as Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. But that's not even the thing. That's probably going to save the movie
You know, it's probably
because he's not Dr. Robotnik isn't jokey, if you know that. He's usually serious, but people make fun of him because he's so serious he
yeah.
doesn't
He's
realize what he's doing.
he's a scientific nerd who is misunderstood, which makes him angry, which is why he's doing what he's doing.
Mhm. Jim Carrey is more scientific to the point where he's crazy, kind of.
Yeah.
But the issue is a lot of people are like, oh my god, he has hair. Dr. Robotnik doesn't have hair. If you watch the trailer,
At the end,
in the end,
he
he
looks a little
loses
bit
his
more
hair.
like it. The only thing is that he's skinny.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is if so this is gonna be kind of a big thing that I'm writing on, is that when it comes to the Sonic movie, if you didn't know already, Jeff Fowler, the director of this movie, has come out on Twitter after all the controversy and said, we have heard what you guys said and we're going back to the drawing board to fix Sonic. They're going to fix his design, which means they actually give a shit about this movie.
And this
So
is
what I'm hoping,
this is really unheard of, and I don't know how much
yeah,
they could fix considering they have a trailer for the movie already. Unless a lot of it is CGI and is fixable through CGI work. I don't know.
which is why I mean it sounds like they really give a shit, because what I'm hoping is, and this is a huge hoping, that what they're gonna do is fix it to the point where we like it, because I want this, even if it's only a second one, I would love to see a second one. I want to see Tails, I want to see Amy, I want to see Knuckles, you know. We may not have Big, we may not have Rose, may not have, you know, Peach, we may not have you know, all those small little characters. That's fine. We may not have Rouge the Bat. That's fine. If you gave us a second one, at least give us Tails, at least give us Knuckles, because you can't just have Sonic being alive.
Well,
Because when he's alive, they're alive too.
here's the other part. I don't. But okay, so yeah, they care. They care, and they want to make changes to fix the movie. But how much can they fix? How much have they filmed already? And how much of it is CGI that they could fix, and how much of it is real life footage that they cannot fix? Because if they have to go back and refilm stuff, it's gonna be more money. I don't know how much this production company has money to do that much of fixing. CGI I could see, so they could rework the look of Sonic and stuff like that.
But
Here's what
that's honestly all we care about.
well, I mean, some of the acting on that trailer was horrendous, but um here's what my problem is with this thing. Why bring Sonic into Earth? Why bring him into Earth? Why couldn't we have just taken Dr. Robotnik and put him in Sonic World? I would have rather
Yeah,
watched that movie. I don't care for Sonic to come to Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
because we we have seen where this is filmed. Apparently, it's supposed to be what, San Francisco?
I don't know, but
From-
it's on Earth, like, and because it's on Earth, they're saying that Sonic is an alien. I mean, I would have rather not known that. I would have rather just been like, this is Sonic, this is Sonic's world. I'm in Sonic's world, and I want to see the movie in Sonic's world. You know?
Because what you could have done is had Dr. Robotnik go capture him, brought him back, he
Yeah,
escaped, just
exactly.
like from Sonic Adventures 2, he escaped, and now he's in the world. But here's the thing. You guys already messed it up. The place that they're already filming is Green World 1, you know? Dude, that just means, you know, in the video game when we're in Green, humans walking around, that was his home. You see a bunch of robots and creatures. You don't see humans.
Nope.
So if that just means that they already messed it up and everybody is just on Earth, which
Yeah.
means if we don't have an origin for Sonic, it may just be the one-off that only Sonic is there. But even so, how did he get there? What the hell is he? He can't just be an alien. He's not an
Well,
alien.
okay, so man, I don't know. I just wish they would have made Dr. Robotnik the alien because that way okay, so Dr. Robotnik's from Earth. He goes to a planet to try to capture an alien, a creature. So it makes Dr. Robotnik the alien in their world.
Hmm.
And that's why you get the scene of him trying to capture Sonic. Like it would have been better that way. Like, Dr. Robotnik asked the astronaut going to Sonic's world or whatever. I would have rather
Because
seen that.
if you know Sonic, you know why Dr. Robotnik is trying to capture them. And you know that he captures creatures from their world to turn them into things.
Hmm.
And Sonic's job was to try to save the creatures. That's the whole point of the first video game.
Yep.
That would have made more sense.
And it would have been cool too, because if this movie ever works out, you could bring in Dark Sonic, which is would have been cool.
Yeah.
But
Big Shadow.
the other thing is, there's a lot of good word coming from Detective Pikachu, which means the video game movie franchise would have had an up, right? And
Hmm.
we've only been climbing up because, let's just say the video game movie franchise has been low ever since the beginning. There hasn't been like a good one, even though I love
Street Fighter,
even though I
Mortal
love Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat. Let's just say it wasn't like the best. It's not good. The movie's not good. It's only good because it's so bad. Um,
Ooh, which means if they were to do that, dude, I am down for a Marvel vs. Capcom movie.
that'd be dope, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. But that's the thing is, Detective Pikachu is an up because there's a lot of good word coming from it. I hope they fix this movie good enough to where it's good now, because if they take it if they take two steps back, it's just gonna be bad for the whole video game movie
Oh my god.
franchise.
Because right now what we're going to be waiting for is to see what they changed now that they said they're going to change it.
Exactly.
But if they come back and only like two things are changed and it still looks disgusting, it's going to pretty much set us in a downward spiral of, this is just the Super Mario movie of our time.
Well, here's the thing too. Like if they fix Sonic and he looks good, it's gonna bring people to the seats. But if the acting and the movie writing is horrible, dude, it's still gonna bomb. I mean, because you're only gonna make money on opening weekend, and then that's it, and that's all you're gonna make. Because then like word of mouth is like, oh, movie was trash. Like I don't know. We have to wait and see all
Yeah,
that.
but
But at least they're
yeah, we got to
trying.
see.
At least they're trying. I'll give them props that they're trying. They actually listen to the fans. They actually listen to the criticism, and they went back and they're trying to fix it. Which, I mean, I don't know who in their creative team was just like, hey, let's take this Sonic character that everybody loves, and they like how he looks, and let's change him and make him look weird. Like, who
You
was
know
that
what's up?
guy? Who was that guy?
Who who was the guy that said, "Okay, let's do a Sonic movie"? Okay, this is what he's gonna look like. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
For
Have you ever
reals,
played
dude.
Sonic? No, but I have a feeling it's gonna be good. But seriously, that's one of the main issues I've had, and I'm just gonna make this quick because we're getting to the end of the video. But I
Hmm.
just want to make this clear. The reason I'm hoping for a second movie is because Dr. Robotnik wasn't just a guy who had a henchman who just drives around robots. No, he created sentient robots to do his bidding. He created war robots. He created robots that were all around the world, which is why you even have one of the main characters from like Sonic Heroes, which was that sentient robot who just wanted to do good but was working with Shadow to catch Sonic. And then even Rouge the Bat worked with them, but she liked Knuckles so much that she eventually started working with the good guys.
Gosh,
So it's not just
you're
a
in,
guy.
you're way into the lore more than I am.
Dude, no, I love Sonic. I know so much more about it, but that's the one I'm talking about. If you saw the trailer, all he did was drive around a robot car. That's it. I want him to have sentient robots. I want him to have, he was a robot maker. He's Dr. Robotnik. He's not Dr. RC car maker. It's not.
Doesn't he also become part robotic after too? Like,
Oh yeah, no, he becomes part robot, and then after that, he actually blows up the moon and creates half robot moon,
that's
which is
true. Yes,
crazy. Which
yes, yes. I do remember that. which also,
so there's a lot
which also could
that's
make
going
him.
on.
That could be how he turns fat too. Maybe I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I mean, that's kind of where his base is. So if they could give him a base, he could just sit there, get fat, and just create robots all day.
Yeah, or maybe the fat isn't even fat. It's just bulky robotic parts.
Hmm.
I'll even believe that. I'll take that.
I'll take a fat Jim Carrey any day, man. But yeah, like we said, that's just our speculation. We just want to see something good come out of this. Because if you can hear it from my voice, I love Sonic. I've played the games ever since I was a kid. I still have my Sega Genesis. I've been playing it since I was young. I've been playing, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventure 2, rolling around at the speed of sound. I'm all about that, man.
Oh man, I'm still worried, dude. I don't know how much they could fix. I mean, they could fix a lot of the look. I just hope,
Hmm.
I just hope they had good acting and a good storyline. That's all I want. Because seeing him on Earth just bugs me. I don't know what he's doing on
Dude,
Earth, but I don't know.
this is what they could do with number 2. It could be the reason he's so like wanting to catch Sonic is because, he's from the place that he was studying because he wanted to go see, and that's why he's all about it. Or, they could just make the second movie just Jim Carrey and Sonic. All the side characters can just be wiped,
True.
and it would still be fine.
Because the other part too is they're partnering up with a human, which is Cyclops. I'm
Hmm.
gonna call him Cyclops 'cause I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. I don't want to go find it out or whatever. So I'm gonna call him Cyclops. They team him up with Cyclops. Cyclops is just so unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? This is a Sonic
Dude,
movie, not Sonic and Cyclops. You know?
he
I don't know why they partner him up with a human for. It should just be
and
Sonic.
if you know the TV shows like I do, he is found by a rich child whose parents died, which gives him like the freedom to like just be whatever he wants to be and then still have a place to stay. You don't need this guy. And I'll tell you something, Cyclops isn't even a good comic relief. He's not that great. That's why they chose him for Cyclops. He's not comic relief.
That's
He's
true.
serious.
Yep. I don't know. It's a little weird, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh,
I'm anticipating this next the next trailer though, dude. I want to see what they fix. I want to see what they do with
dude,
it.
best
I can't wait.
believe. Yeah, dude, best believe as soon as it comes out, we're gonna do a trailer review of that shit.
Oh yeah, we're doing it for
We just
sure.
didn't want to do it because we didn't want to get taken down for music.
But yeah, I don't know. That's really all I got to say about that. Anything else?
Hmm.
Anything else?
Rolling around at the speed of sound. I got one way to go, gotta
Well
follow the
then,
rainbow.
with that said, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Once again, everybody. News. iTunes. I somehow got rejected. I'm looking into why I got rejected, and so we're still working our way into it. So as soon as we get up there, once we get up there, we'll let you guys know. I'm not sure what it's gonna take to get up there and how long it's gonna take now, but as soon as we get on there, I will let everybody know.
Mhm.
Um,
And we're gonna be checking out like Spotify and stuff like that. Just
mhm.
other places.
Yeah.
We're just gonna try to start spreading it out.
Because iTunes rejected me, I'm really I look back on some of our episodes and I think Sydney was like, what about SoundCloud? SoundCloud is the next most viable thing because it's free and you can just get the audio clip if you guys just want the audio clip. Um so that might be a choice. So I'm gonna look into that also. But
Mhm.
yes, with that said, thank everybody for watching. Thank you for coming to our channel every week and checking us out. Thank you to everybody checking out my live stream and hanging out with me on the live stream. All of our social medias down below. And keep hit that bell, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you guys at the Game of Thrones review show, which I'm pumped for. And we'll see you guys.
Yep. Oh, apparently I heard
go.
that there was somebody from Game of Thrones talking about the next few episodes, and they said that the last episode is going to be even bigger than the battle that just happened.
Well, it has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
But we will talk about that on the Game of Thrones review show. So with that said, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Much love. Goodbye.
Gotta go fast.